Greetings and welcome back to this week's Self-Love Masterclass. For those of you that are new to my channel, my name is Renee Mullings-Lewis. I'm a self-love coach, and every single week we come back to this channel to talk about all things self-love and energy medicine. I also want to let those of you that are new, as well as some of you that may not know this already, that I have created a number of playlists on the channel. These are really broken up into categories that I think will be most beneficial for you and easy for you to find what you're looking for. So feel free to go through all of those. I have a lot of clients that actually like to binge watch them, which I'm really flattered every time I hear that. A great way to listen to them is like while you're working or cleaning or just, doing some self-care. Today, I want to talk about how to stick to our routines, how to stick to goals. And not only that, I don't want to just give you a bunch of how-tos. I really want to dive into one big thing that I really think if you started to apply this, it would make a huge difference. And it's actually something that isn't difficult to do, and it also takes a lot of courage. What I'm talking about is sharing your dreams and your goals with other people. I'll give you an example from my own life. I don't know if I told you all this, I don't know if I really made it public, but a while ago I actually went vegan. And let me put it to you this way, I never ever thought that I was someone that would go vegan. I was the kind of person that ate steak for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I was very much into paleo, keto kind of lifestyle. It was really a surprise for me when I started to get the pull and these transmissions that it was time for me to really shift what I ate. At the end of the day, I decided to go vegan, but why I'm sharing this with you as an example is because it was a hard decision for me to make. I knew that being vegan was really awesome and cool in many ways. I also knew that I love the taste of meat and enjoy eating meat and enjoy participating in cultural events or foods that are made by family members. I just knew that there was a whole world of things that I love and things that I participate in that I would no longer be able to sort of participate in the same way. And so I really didn't feel like I was ready to do it. What really made a difference for me in actually making the commitment to go vegan and not just loving it, because I do love it, but actually sticking to it when it's a little bit more difficult, is the fact that I shared going vegan, or I shared my choice to go vegan. I actually made the commitment and shared it with my family, my friends, and the people that were closest to me. There's something about when you share something that is important to you with the people around you, it's now you're not the only one that's doing this. You're not alone. Now you have a whole community, a whole tribe, a whole group of people that are listening to you from the things that you say are important to you, from your values, and they're cheering you on. And you also kind of let me just be very honest. If you're someone who values the word that you put out in the world and the way that people listen to you, you also care that you honor that word to the people that you've given it to. Now, that is just one example. And at the end of the day, if I really wasn't committed, if I really didn't want to do this, I could just, not be vegan anymore. The truth is that being vegan is something that is important to me. It is in alignment with my values. It does actually feel good for me, and I do want to do it. It's just that when things are hard, I actually need the support of other people to help me get through it. What's really funny is that even when I got the transmission earlier this morning that this was the video that I needed to do, I didn't know what I was going to speak about. I didn't plan or rehearse anything, and I typically don't when I do these videos. I just stand here and I sort of let the universe come through, and I trust that whatever needs to be said will be said. I never thought that I was even going to talk about being vegan on my channel. But it's such a great example. I think that if you look at your life right now, there are things that you're really committed to, things that are really important to you. And part of the reason why they're not getting done, especially those things that you feel are really, really hard, or you question if you could ever do it, why you're not sticking to them is because you're being the lone wolf. You know, you're trying to do this all on your own. One of the things that a lot of personal development trainings, classes, courses, things that therapists and coaches talk about is having an accountability partner. And having an accountability partner is awesome and really great. I would also say that speaking your values to the people that are nearest and dearest to you is like having 12, 25, 1,000 accountability partners. It's like having triple the power depending on how many people you've shared this goal with. Now, what I would say the pitfall is if you start to feel like you're doing something just because you don't want to disappoint other people, or just because you don't want to quote unquote fail, or just because you don't want to go back on your word. That isn't really authentic and true then. That now is more about ego. If you are truly standing in what is important to you, and you have a clear why for why you've chosen to do this, and that why is deeply connected to your heart and your soul, and like who you know you truly are as a person here on this earth, then you will have room for yourself. You will love yourself through the process. You will understand that taking on something that is a big commitment, or something that you've never done before, or maybe you don't even know how to do, or that you just have very little practice in, is going to come with bumps along the road. Self-love is what has you speak to people from that space of vulnerability, where you can say, hey, this is what I'm taking on. This is what I'm committed to. This is what I am striving for. I don't know how to do it, but I'm going to do my best every single day to try to honor the values, the goals that are aligned with my intention. People who truly love you are going to have room for you to make mistakes. They're going to have so much capacity to really just listen to you, even when you're at the low points, not just when you're at the high points. Putting your word out there not only has other people hold you accountable, it helps you to be held in those moments when you need it most, in those moments when you feel like you're about to lose, or like you already have lost your footing. There are so many more things that we really need to look at. I think that what we've talked about right now in this class is a really great place to start. One of the things I also want to remind you of is that while I think these videos are really, really helpful, and actually I do get a lot of feedback from clients and other people who follow me here on YouTube and on Instagram saying like how helpful the videos are, I want you to know that this is a video that is being produced for thousands and thousands of people. And so I have to try to make this video as applicable to as many people as possible. If by the end of this video you feel like you still need more help, or like you've tried to apply it but you're not sure how to do it, or it's not quite working for you, it's entirely possible that your situation and what you're going through uniquely requires the attention of someone sitting down and working with you directly. A lot of us benefit hugely from one-to-one coaching or one-to-one therapy and intensive support. That's what I do with people day in and day out. I think one of the biggest things that we have to get over to apply this lesson is the fear of what other people will think or say. You know, we all want to be loved. We all want to be seen as this extraordinary human being that doesn't make mistakes and doesn't struggle. And just when we say we're doing something, we just do it. And we're human. If you look at our past, all of us, I don't care who you are, all of us have things that we said we wanted or said that we were going to do, or things that we told others that we were definitely going to go after that we didn't do. Because at the end of the day, we can't choose everything. A good friend of mine once said, anything is possible, but we can't have everything. It's really about sitting with yourself, listening to your heart and soul, and then asking yourself, what do I really want? Well, friends, I have to say, even me sharing about this, as I mentioned to you before, is something that I never planned to do. Using my example of veganism, there's a lot of people that actually don't know that I'm vegan, so I guess now you're going to know. But yeah, just now sharing that with everyone publicly here on YouTube or wherever else you watch this is a super big deal. And it means that if I mess up or I trip up or I don't do veganism the perfect way or the way people expect, I could be judged, I could be, put under a microscope and people may, scrutinize me or whatever. And I still want to be open and honest about these things, and I still want to share with the people that are important to me, because the more I share, the more likely I am to succeed, even with the annoying people who just possibly want to see you fail or will judge you if you don't do it perfectly. My friends, you're not alone. That is the big thing to remember, is that you're not alone, and there's no shame in creating something, a goal, or setting routines that are hard to accomplish, things that you failed at in the past, or things that you totally gave up on because you just thought you couldn't do it. You don't have to do these things alone. You do not have to go through any of it alone. Alright, my friends, it has been such a pleasure doing this video for you. If you enjoyed it, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. When you all give me a thumbs up or you leave me comments, it gives me a really good idea of what you find valuable and what I should do more of. Additionally, it's really helpful if you tell me specifically what you really enjoyed about a video, because then I can be like, this is helpful. This helps them download the transmission much more easily, and I'll do more of that. The other thing that I want to say is, if you haven't already subscribed to this YouTube channel, come on, subscribe. And with that, my friends, it's time for me to go and eat dinner. Thank you so much for your time, your energy, and attention. I sincerely hope that the minute you finish watching this video, you actually go and you tell someone something that you are going to be working on, a new goal or a resurrected goal or whatever it is, and you go and you set the foundation for you to slay that goal. Don't you forget, until we see each other next time, that we are in this together. Mwah.